try this again here. I need to tilt this.
Down there. If you would, tell Craig I need to talk to him that soon. I'll call him on telephone.
CQ for Florida, calling. Yeah, about around DX land, 209 here in Central Florida. 209 Central Florida, calling and standing by.
7577.
About that 7577 there. How about it? 209 Central Florida, call. CQ, CQDX 209 Central Florida, 209 Central, standing by.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Mike.
Yeah, I'm on around DX land, 209 here in Central Florida, calling and standing by.
Copy that.
Yeah, hello radio. Is this thing on? Hello radio. 209 here in Central Florida, calling and standing by. Yeah, about around DX land, about around that DX land, 209 here in Central Florida, calling and standing by. What the heck is going on? No conditions? Yeah, about around DX land, about around that DX land, 209 Central Florida, calling and standing by.
757, on AM, it's HAMRADIO to QSO.
Good morning there, Jeff. Good morning. Trying to get some backscatter skip here, and I'm not having any much luck today. I don't know what the deal is. All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by, man. I'm getting a little, before you leave, man. Yeah, I got to go my procedure next week, and I'll be out and out again. So I'm also getting all my fun in while I can. But, yeah, so I'm going to probably be under the knife next week. So, anyways, thanks for stopping by, man. We'll look for you again. I appreciate it.
Radio sounding great.
CQDX 209 Central Florida, calling and standing by.
Appreciate the,
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you much, dear Marco. Tell Pops I said hi. Tell him don't worry about that disco magic fat man there. Don't worry. We'll take care of him.
Arizona, number 9, Iowa.
Philip, what's going on? You donated $500. Yeah, Philip donated $500 in my thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wish I can use the money. CQDX 209 Central Florida, calling us, standing by. Yeah, 141 Oklahoma. How about that 141 Oklahoma there? 209 in Central Florida got you.
I tell you what, you blowing smoke out here in my part of the world, sir, but I have bad SWRs, and I don't know how long we'll be able to talk to you, sir. But anyway, I should come in big time.
Roger on the bad SWRs. Well, you're about S8, S8 there, 5.8 and 5.8 there, bad SWR. Yeah, we got you there. Just thanks for the comeback for sure out of Oklahoma there. It's sounding loud and clear though. But anyways, I appreciate you giving me the check too as well. I thought my radio was broken. It's just the band conditions are not the greatest shape. You got 209 Operator J here out of southeast coast of Florida waving. All right, 73s. I hope you get your antenna straightened out there. 209, hello radio. 209 Central Florida, calling CQDX, standing by.
Okay, 209. Thanks for coming, sir. I'll get it fixed eventually. God bless.
All right, man. You take care, man. You take care and get your antenna fixed out. It's probably something minute, or it could be a pinched coax or something or whatever. Check your connections and all that. You know, you never know, or it could be a break in your antenna. It's something really, really small usually happens, and it just turns out to be a nightmare. Believe me, I've been there, done that. But anyways, you take care in that Oklahoma there. You got 209 here in Central Florida. We're standing by. Hello, CQDX, CQDX 209 here in Central Florida, calling and standing by. Yeah, about around DX land, 209 here in Central Florida. 209 here in Central Florida, calling CQDX, standing by. CQDX 209 Central Florida, calling and standing by.
I've got several Lincoln 2s, and I believe I like this a little bit better, Roger.
About around that DX land, 209 Central Florida, calling CQDX, standing by.
No, sir, only pushing it at 16 watts into this two-fill, no fan needed, and got a button on the front to lock or unlock the clarifier. Go ahead.
This freaking guy. About around DX land, 209 Central Florida, calling and standing by.
Roger on me one. Yeah, not a fan of the noise toys either, and I am a fan of the receive on this. Very adjustable, 4 filtering options besides the standard ones, Roger. My pleasure. Have a good day, and a better one tomorrow. 73 from 605 in the Jeep.
Yeah, how about that unit 605 in the Mobile, in the Jeep, 209 Central Florida, call.
Good morning, 209 Central Florida, 605 return.
Hey, 605, you still running that Washington and that Mobile there? Go ahead.
This is the Washington with the 2-fill behind it and a taillight mount skip shooter antenna, Roger.
Oh, hey, Roger on that. Well, I tell you what, you got some good, clean audio, even with some little Santa's little helper there, a little early Christmas present saying. It's definitely sounding good, doing a good job, nice and clean, crisp, no muffle or garble or anything like that, nice and clear. That Washington Mobile sounds great, man.
Hey, well, thank you for the flowers. Brian at Truck CB aligned and tuned it for me, sent it to me, converted, and here we are. 73, Mr. 209, you sounded grand up here. I got you about S5 to 7, Roger.
Roger that, man. Take care. Best of 7-3. Good luck on that radio. That Washington Mobile's doing a fine job here in Central Florida. You got Operator Jay, Julia Alpha Yankee here in Central Florida, waving back.
My pleasure, Jay. My pleasure, Jay. Old Brad out here in the Lone Star, seeing you 73. Have a good day.
Roger that, Brad. Catch you later on the flipper. Let's see. All right, who we got? Me Soup, good morning. Dubile, Chocolate Milk. Hey, how you doing, man? How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Yeah, we're just shooting a little DX on the radio here. Getting Texas and, you know, the basics. Some backscatter. CQDX, 209 here in Central Florida, calling and standing by. Drinking whiskey in the morning? Jesus.
He's a little tired today.
CQDX, 209 here in Central Florida. 209 Central Florida, calling and standing by.
Good morning. Good morning there, 209. You have a great day, sir.
Hey, good morning out there. It was said to hello 209 out there. Yeah, good morning to you. 209 here in Central Florida, waving a hand there. Hey, Roger on the Minnesota. That's a definite sounding really good over here in the Central Florida. Yeah, it seems like we got little iffy band conditions, a little backscatter, you know. I got on earlier, I couldn't nobody, and now I think it's starting to pick up a little bit, I noticed. Go ahead.
So good. Hey, Roger on that. Well, we usually get a lot of the European countries. Junction 180 and 22 something out here this morning, so I don't know, maybe our conditions are changing to where we won't hear them until midday now. Hey, QSL,
Yeah, roger that there, roger that. Yeah, I usually that's why I usually get up early mornings, or I take usually like a bike ride or whatever. I get on the radio after, and then you know, you get all the European stations. I talk to Italy and Germany and Wales, England, UK, and all that. No, I didn't hear nothing. I just heard absolutely nothing. So the only first contact I got this morning was Oceanside, California. A guy was using one of them little handy talkies. I think it runs 5 or 20 watts or something like that with a battery pack. And it's got a long whip on it. You can use it as a rig or you can carry it. He was right all the way in California in a handheld on a cruise liner ship, Roger.
Roger that. Well, he's got a good background playing with all that water out there.
Oh yeah, that is just really cool. I mean, and that was a good contact I made there with him. That was actually pretty cool to hear somebody on a walkie-talkie. I've seen them online there by Igzoos, or I can't even some Chinese-made radio. And you can use it as a QRP rig in front of you, or you can run it as a walkie-talkie, run one of those big whips on it. And boy, I tell you what, he was coming in. I can barely hear him, but I heard him, though. But I got everything he said.
And the old white Ford. Hey, Roger. Well, you're making a fine trip over here. I've got you about 3 over 5, so a good signal, and modulation's right up there. Good morning, big brother. I hope your day is going well. I can hear him doing the wave coming in, so before long we should have most of our skip running through here now. But at any rate, just figured I'd jump in here and wave a hand to you, because I haven't talked to anybody this morning except for riffraff triple nickel out there in Arizona on 28 AM. Pull your seatbelts.
Oh, okay, yeah, roger that there. Yeah, I went on the other bands there too. Only thing I heard was FT8. That's all I got. on the 10 meter band there, and I did the voice call. There was nothing, absolutely nothing on there, and I think the skip is starting to come right in right now. Everybody's coming in. That's a good sign. So that's good.
Yeah, I'll get your popcorn pop tomorrow. What's the first personal that way? You got 097 Tim, Central Minnesota. Back to you.
Hey, Roger, Tim. You got Jay here. Julia, Alpha Yankee. I think we spoke to you before. I'm on a quad. Quad. I'm on an anytone quad 666 Pro. Just running with what's on the radio with the D104 with a stereo antenna. That's what I got.
Hey, Roger, on that. Actually, I think maybe we have talked before there, Jay. I'm running a Striker HPC Plus with. Keep thinking I was real fast loose and buy one of these Prince M1s. The power mic similar to a static D104, and an Antron 99 about 50 feet to the feed line.
Okay, yeah, I did talk to you before a couple days ago, 2-3 days ago, 4 days ago. Yeah, that microphone sounds really good on that radio. I remember talking to you now. Yeah, that's the 575 M6. And then after that, you got the Road Devils. They're just as good, too. They're, instead of black, they're red. That's why they call it the Red Devil hand microphone. But, yeah, that thing sounds really good, man.
Hey, I appreciate that. Well, you're sounding good over there, so you better hang on to some of them flowers yourself there, Jay. And I do have, actually, I have the black and the red Road Devil microphones there by a static. They got so much more features than the Lincoln 2 Plus, and almost double the power, a little over double the power, Roger.
Hey, Roger that, man. Well, I had both myself, the 570 5 M6 and then the Road Devils. I had somebody was selling them online. I can't remember. They were real cheap. They were like $30 a piece or something like that, or less than that. I can't remember. A while back, I used to have like 4 of them. It was a bundle deal. I think I paid like $50-$60 or something like that for all 4 of them. And then, of course, I sold a few, kept one, and I sold the rest. You know how that goes. They're a pretty good microphone. But if you're out in the mobile, those mics that you got right there, that's perfect for the mobile. But it sounds really crystal clean. They're crystal clear, actually.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I put this in a mobile. It isn't a deaf mic. It's not a handheld, but it definitely works good with my Cobra 139 XLR. It works on my 142. It also works on my Washington, my Unity Grant, my 148, my 140, 146. I've got a collection of radios, and this microphone works good on every one of those radios.
Oh yeah, because this microphone here, I had a pigtail already made. It was for the Uniden Bearcat SSB. I had a plug for that, and it's exactly the same plug, 6-pin to a 4-pin. So I plugged this D104 up to it, and it worked fine. So, and I think I remember telling you I had to rebuild this mic. It was just a total mess, and I got it. I had to rewire it and all that, and a new cable, all that sort. And yeah, I got quite a bit of a collection myself, so. I know what you mean. It's a good disease. It's a good that's our bad habits with radios, Roger.
Hey, Roger, on that. Here recently I picked up the old realistic PRC 448 and a 449. A gentleman was selling both of them. They both work. Everything works fine on both of them. And he was selling them as a pair. He wanted 400, but I actually got them from him for $3 1/4, and I thought it was a pretty good deal because both of them are in excellent shape. They look like I had them in his closet there for 120 years or so.
Oh yeah, I used to have the realistic base stations, the one with the clock and one was just regular. It was like the 142 GTL and then the 2000. The 2000 would be the clock one back in the day. I had both of those. Oh, geez, how many years ago I let them go? It was probably 6 years ago. I should have never got rid of them. Well, I had other plans buying other radios and stuff, but I was really sad to get rid of those. They were so clean. I ran in the same kind of deal like you did. I think I paid for the two. I paid I think it was like a couple $100 or something like that. And I really I mean, yeah, I miss them. They were really clean. The clock worked on that one, and the other one was just a plain Jane. They were just spotless. I mean, you could spit shine it, clean it every day. It looked nice. It looked like it just got out of the box. And I guess he took the boxes off because they were all deteriorated and all that. And you could see little styrofoam on the mic cords or whatever, or the cords or whatever. Excuse me. But yeah, I wish I never got rid of those. But now that's okay. Now they want big bucks for those radios. Now it's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. A friend of mine just picked up a Washington, a Madison. That has a clock in it. That's a unit in AM sideband as well. And he picked up a Cobra 146 GTL, a 140 GTL, and a 148 GTL. He got all of those radios for $300. All of them have little quirks with them, but they aren't functioning radios, so you got a heck of a good deal. Our tech out here, when he goes through them there, he does everything, changes the caps, realigns them, checks the final, checks them out, makes sure everything's up to par. If it's not, he fixes it, corrects it before it becomes a problem. He just went through my 139 XLR probably about 6 months ago, and I'll tell you what, man, that thing has amazing modulation coming from that. A buddy of mine's got the 139 XLR mobile, and he's got the same chipboard in there, and boy, they are good talking radios.
Oh yeah, you can't beat those old Cobras. I'm really surprised. This is the modern radio I'm running as for this stuff. And times, but this radio here approved. I say, let's see what this thing can really do. I think I told you already. But surprised of the performance, and I forgot to turn my radio because I don't want to blow this thing up. I mean, you can, but it is what it is. Yeah, I got the fan kit on. I just had to turn my fan on because these get a little warm.
Aftermarket ones for them. They have two small 1-inch fans you can mount on the back of this HPC Plus. But I've ran this thing for 4 or 5 hours. Touched the back of it. The elements, there's a heat sink. It tends to get a little warm, but not too warm. And they claim that this one does 100 watts. Well, according to my meter, I'm on a Delta. The PSM 1000W, 1000 watt range, and it's showing that on high, I'm actually doing about $1.75.
Yeah, well, that's what this thing is like. I didn't believe it. I saw a guy in the UK, and there was a girl that had just bought a radio used. She wanted one, and the guy that just programmed it like I did mine, same thing. You don't have to open anything. And right out of the box, 100, and he did a loud whistle, and it almost went up to 120. I said, there is no way. And I'm looking at it right now. It's just regular voice. That's about 100. Hello, hello, and then we'll just peak 120, just peaking it. And I put it on every meter I own in this house, and then it will just say 100 to just about 120. That is just hard to believe on this little tiny little thing.
Up and down by his, he uses his as his mobile, and I talked to him, matter of fact, last night. He's about 30 miles away from me, where I live here is the town he's in, and he was about, I think he said, like 25 miles further north than his own home there. was able to talk to him all the way till he got to his garage there to pull in the garage. So it gets out pretty darn good. Good strong modulation, and he's only running the stock mic on it though too.
Yeah. I don't know where I did end up with my stock mic. I probably put it in the box of microphones I have, stock microphones for every radio I ever own in this house. Pretty good sized boxes of microphones. And, but I don't use them. I'd rather have a nice microphone or whatever, because usually I hear microphones are too tinny and they're just limited. But I heard a gentleman out there running, the mic that came with this radio or one of these radios, and it sounded really good. I thought he had some kind of nice mic on it or something. I says, really? I says, you fooled me. I thought you were running a little decent microphone or something, or like a boom mic or something. And I says, that sounds pretty darn good. So that's why I put this D104 on here. I just cracked the microphone volume on the bottom and let the radio do the rest. So that's how I have it set up.
Hey, Roger on that, Jake, because that's pretty much the way I've got this banded my workman, this mic set up. It's barely cracked open on the modulation, and I'm running almost 3/4 of the mic gain of the radio. And,
yeah, I appreciate it there.
Locals here
Me
told
too.
me that if I go too much further, that it tends to sound like I'm getting over mod. So I just leave it where it is. I haven't changed anything on the mic or on the radio, and it works perfect for sideband. I was talking to a buddy up there on 42 last night, and he said it was crystal clear up there. And he's working on his. He's got an old realistic TRC 457, and he's just got the modulation working on that. And I sat and talked to him for a while there, and he's got it dialed in pretty good now. He's got the 457, he's got a 458. I've got the 457, 458, and a 459, all base stations. So I've got a collection of those as well, and they are good radios. Right now, our tech is working on, my dad had an old Sears Road Talker 40, and he's going through that for my sister, and we're going to get them set up. I already went over and helped them put up an antenna, and that they're only shooting maybe 1.5 miles from me here in town. And we got an antenna out there. He's using my old Washington base station, and I told him he was doing pretty good, but I think I've got a little PAL, a transistor type PAL 50, and I'm going to take that over there. We're going to put that in line, see if that just doesn't boost him up just enough to get him out a little better.
Oh yeah, a little extra help doesn't hurt at all. I'm sure you get more response out of that deal, more strength. But yeah, man, that's cool. You're getting everybody, or you said your sister into it, and yeah, that's great, man. That's a lot of fun out here. Yeah, there's a lot of good people out here. You just stay away from the bad ones. That's all.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them down by the Twin Cities here. We talked to a few of them out that way, but we do know there's a big bunch of them, and they're bad apples. A bunch of alcoholic drug heads down there by the Twin Cities, and they mainly monitor 38, so we stay off 38. Our home channel is 39 lower side. We call it the calm and collective 39, friendly 39.
Yeah, that's what I call channel 36. Is I got tired of all the business going on, and I've been on 36 since I got this radio. Actually, I was on my TS50S or my President Jackson, one of those two. I can't remember which one. Well, I was using 36, and I used to talk to a lot of friends in Canada, and we have a good rag chew or something going on, and it's really nice to talk to somebody like a human instead of fighting. And I mean, I don't go for that. When people start doing that, I say heck with it. It ain't worth it,
Yeah, I hear you. 9 times out of 10, I do what everybody says to do. If you don't like it, turn the channel. Well, I don't like it. I always turn the channel. Because on 38, you got 111 Bill. there's a guy out there in California, he does it, and I've heard there's another guy down there in Florida. I can't remember what they said his name was, but he gets in there and he does the same thing. So, you got them everywhere. You just, try and avoid the issue and, go about your business.
Yeah, Roger that. I think I might know who you're talking about. He's probably near me, I bet. There's a few morons in my town too. They think their radio sounds so clean and really loud. It's just so obnoxiously over loud. One of them, they splash from channel 19 all the way to 36, and that's unbelievable.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, with my sister being as close as she is, on the Washington, my brother-in-law, when he's talking on that thing, I can hear him 1 through 40. I don't care where I'm at. I can hear him talking. So I know he's on the radio, so I turn the RF gain way back and then go to the home channel there, and sure enough, he's out there talking to people. So, but hey, I don't mind it because it's a relative, and, I'm kind of teaching him the way. He used to be in it years ago, and when him and my sister got married, they moved from Oregon to Alaska, and he kind of got out of it in Alaska there, but then they moved down here to Minnesota, where we're from, Oldley, Minnesota, but we're living in Malacca, Minnesota now, which is about 60 miles north of the Twin Cities there, and when he's talking, when we talk to each other, we always turn our RF gains completely off. I still have him coming in here about 20 over, but with this thing turned all the way down, with power-wise as well as the RF gain, he said I'm still hitting him with 20 to 40 over.
Oh wow, that's pretty dang good. Yeah, that's you got some good. You definitely got. The antenna does everything for you. You got a good antenna, you're good to go. I mean, if you seen my antenna, you'd laugh. I mean, it's been through hell and back, and but I kind of helped it a little bit, and cleaned it up a little bit, and it's still got a bend in the dang thing, but it's only got 3 radios left, and it's like 20-something years old. I mean, I'm surprised it's still even up in the air, But man, it's been through I don't know how many hurricanes, and finally I was afraid it was going to bend it, but and it's got a bend in it now because something flew into it, and I wasn't too happy. And then I straightened it out, painted it, did all this stuff to it, and I put it back up. I had it on the fence line, and then it must have hit it a certain way. It bent it again, so it's got a little bend in it again. It's like a 40. It's like bent like a 45 a little bit. But I says, you know what? If it still works, I ain't gonna bother with it anymore. So there you have it. There I am, Roger.
Hey, Roger, on that, Jay. I was gonna say, a good friend of mine. He lives in Morel. He's about 24 miles from me here. He's got an old super penetrator. I don't know if you remember them guys, but I had it up here on a 40-foot push-up for a long time there, and I picked up a couple of Antron 99s. One has a ground plate in. That's the antenna I'm on now. The other Antron is on the roof of the house there, and it's about 25 feet off the ground. But when I got those, I decided to drop down the super penetrator. And my buddy over there, they kept trying to get me to sell it to him. Finally, I said, okay, dude, I'll sell it to you. And he put that thing up there, man, and he's using it as his garage radio, not the house radio. His house radio is it's made V something, but it's not a directional. It's an Omni, but it's all aluminum. It's got 3 radios on the bottom. It's got a tuning ring on the base of it. Shoot, I can't remember the name of that antenna, but that's what he uses for his main antenna. But that penetrator, even being only 15 feet off the ground, I can hear him perfectly fine, and he can hear the guys down there.
All right, Mason. Thank you very much for stopping by. Just keep watching. We'll be here.
Make out what they're saying, and yet he's got them in there good enough. He talks to them and everything. So I should have probably kept that penetrator.
Hey, Roger that. Roger that. I had that antenna. It's got the three radials, and it's got the tuning ring like a gamma ray element that goes up. One of those when I used to live up north, and those antennas really kick. It was a Mako penetrator almost, but it was a Mako. I bought a brand new at a candy store in Connecticut. They're Lentini Communications. They're not in business anymore, but yeah. So I put that up in my garage at my old house, and man, did that thing tore up the airwaves. That thing worked really good, and I was really happy. And then towards near the end, I've been there many years, and it finally, I don't know what happened. I think it just, oh, I had to move. That's what it was. I moved, and I gave it to a buddy of mine, so he has it, I guess. And a friend of mine gave me this antenna, brand new in a box. Another friend as a going away gift, I guess. This was years ago. And if he was on the air right now, obviously, yeah, I'm still talking on that antenna. It's a little broken up a little bit on the no radials, but it's still up in the air, Roger.
Hey, Roger on that. Well, it's still working good for you. Not a problem there. Yeah, definitely for you. I don't know. I got the two Antrons. I bought a little Palomar TX100 from a guy in Garrison, which is, I don't know, probably almost 300 miles away from me. And I bought the box from him. And
You will, you should. You should be able to sooner or later.
to sweeten up the deal. And I said, oh, what's that? He goes, you'll see when he comes to pick up the box. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I drove there, got into the parking lot there, and he came over with the box, and he says, so the add-on, are you interested in it? And I said, well, sure. I said, but are you going to charge for it? And he goes, no. He said, I said it was free. He brought out a box of brand new Mako Comet in the box, unopened. He said it's never been used, never been opened, brand new, and he never put it up. And he said I could have it. So I've got a Mako Comet that I'm going to put on the top section of a tower in my backyard here, and I'm going to run 30 foot of pipe out of that. So hopefully it'll do pretty good once I get that up. I wanted to get it done this summer, but there was nowhere near enough time to get that done. We've got way too much. Well, my wife and I, we adopted our daughter when she was 8, and she's 13 now, but she has mental illnesses, so she's definitely a handful, and it's like you have to pay close attention to her day by day, and it kind of makes it hectic every now and then, but she's gotten a lot better. Even her psychiatrist, her therapist, and everything, they're telling us that she's coming along really good from what she's been through, and so we just take it day by day and hope and pray everything goes well for us.
Yeah, Roger that. Oh, I'm sure, man. It's the prayers are the best thing for everybody. I got friends that are sick or have problems. I got problems. Everybody's got problems. And especially my friends, if they're really ill or sick. And we always say, prayers are sent for you, man. Get well and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, we're some of my got friends online, and we're pretty keep each other all in line. Or what's the word? We got each other's backs. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, I know what you're saying there.
Eugene, Oregon. Yeah, like I say, the one that's got the penetrator, a good friend of mine here, he's had cancer. He's been battling it with that for 4 years now, so he's in and out of the hospital and that, but he wanted to have a radio out in his garage, so...
Breaking news! President's disapproval reaches historic highs. The president's disapproval rating has experienced a sharp increase, reaching 59%.
Roger that, man. Roger that. Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, one of these days I'll eventually get a new bass antenna there for 10 and 11 there. I got all dipoles too. I mean, I remember one morning I was up early in the morning. I didn't even realize it. I was on 36. Oh, I was on 36, and I had my shortwave antenna on, and I got everything on my radios I run. I got a bunch of switch boxes here, and so I switched it over to this radio, minus the other stuff I have. And I'm calling CQ, and there was a guy from France coming in there. I says, okay, oh, cool. I really appreciate the contact and all that. And then I says, well, I got hardly any noise or anything. Or is this antenna, dead? I look up on my panel there, and I looked at where the switch is. I says, dang, I was running my G5RV the whole time. I didn't even realize it.
How about it, 511 Central Texas Mobile. Long wires and dipoles, and when he first got on the air, hey, Roger, yeah, you're about the same here. And then pulled over to the roadside farm to get out and stretch for a minute. I heard you holler. And he used to talk to us on that. We only had like maybe 1 to 2 S units, but his modulation was strong enough that we could hear him and everything. But we always gave him crap. You need to get a real antenna out there and this and that. And he finally turned around and picked up a used Antron and put that up there about 40 feet. Now we can't get that guy to be quiet if he wanted to.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, one of these days I'll probably get another Serial. I don't know. I've had good luck with this one, but I wish they would make Mr. Coilies are making them the Avantis again. He's going to be making them, and he's making them really strong. And that antenna, those verticals there will survive all that wind and everything. And I've seen some of his stuff online and on what was it, Facebook or something. I joined one of them groups, and he makes them, I guess. And it's pretty heavy duty. And I'm thinking about, I got to go look into it. They look really, really well built, and it's not cheesy or nothing. They're not, I ain't gonna break off like my radios did on this one. I'm not complaining, but you got to figure these winds down here, and we have hurricanes. It's crazy, Roger.
Oh yeah, definitely. We used to get some atrocious winds coming. I lived in Great Falls, Montana for 15 years. They call Chicago the Windy City. The second Great Falls, Montana. Which is about 2 weeks coming out here. During the winter, it's 60 to 75 mile an hour winds that blow through there. I'm currently sitting on the roadside up on a giant hill. I lived in Alaska for 24 years, so I'm used to it. Grew up in Minnesota here, so I'm used to the cold. But boy, you get those winds blowing that cold, that strong when you're already at 25, 30 below zero, and it jumps that temperature way up there as far as with the wind chill factor in there. Yeah, I've heard him out here before. It's been a while because ground skip is just not the best.
Yeah, Ray Roger on the Minnesota there. You could stay there. Yeah, it gets warm down here, but this past summer it's been really hot, and it rained more than it was hot. But it is what it is. We're in the tropics, so you're going to get the humidity and all that. Especially if I have to work outside at my house, do things. I always keep going. That's what I always say to myself: just keep going and going. Don't fall down. Just keep going and go and go and go. You know what I mean? So that's my way I go. And take breaks. And I'm not. It's like you got all these other issues going on, but you just got to keep going on there. What you doing, Roger?
Oh yeah, well, that's what keeps you active, keeps you young, is to stay moving. I'm 63, and a bunch of my friends, they're older than I am, and they're always talking about that they have to take their nap at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or noon somewhere in there. I think that's good. You're losing time by doing that. They're like, what? I said, you're losing time by sleeping. Your body's resting when it shouldn't be when you go to bed. your own sleep pattern. And they didn't believe me. Well, they both tried going without their naps and going to bed at an earlier hour. And both of them said that they're feeling better. And I'm like, well, getting a bunch of celery from where I'm like, that's crazy. No way I can. We've got cold temperatures days, but it's been hot as hell. If there's any light, even with my eyes shut, if there's any light whatsoever in the room, I cannot sleep. So I just decided, when I get to the point where I need a nap, I might as well be in a wheel. Okay. Yeah, I know where Stephenville is at. I've been there quite a few times.
Hey, roger that, man. Yeah, there's some stations coming in. Conditions are starting to change, my friend. But yeah, it's getting quite busy out there. Yeah, like right now, I'm gonna start doing things now. I mean, I'm starting to feel a little better today, but next week I gotta go get an operation. Yeah, because I wanted to go for a bike. I usually like the neighborhood or something like that to keep my legs moving, and because especially my feet and back is all shot and everything, and that my neck is shot. And, I just want to keep in shape, and keep going on it, yeah, because I've been feeling good. Plus, the weather's been raining and all that, and so I'm starting to feel a little better today. So, But anyways, I'll let you go, my friend. I'll talk to you again. I think it's Tim. Yeah, Tim. But excuse me. Yeah, well, we'll talk to you again. Here on 36 again. Yeah, I call this the formal channel. That's what I called it. You guys got another name for yours, or you guys over here. So, anyways, man, I'll talk to you again soon. There, you take care over there, huh?
Hey, Roger. Cameron at anytone qualified. I know we'll talk again. You got a good sounding station. It's coming through here perfectly fine. I do hear a little bit of the skip coming in there, and a little bit of the wave routine when it comes to south, but yeah, it's starting to change. So we will talk to you again there, Jay. Hope everything goes well with your surgery, and hopefully you have a speedy recovery. With that, I'll say 73, my friend. Take care. God bless. Need to scare anybody, but 097 Tim, Central Minnesota's off the key. Good day, sir.
All right, Tim. You take care in Minnesota there. Keep warm there. If it's probably getting chilly up there, I wouldn't doubt. But throw an extra couple logs on the fire there with a couple blankets and have your XYL hang right beside you there. All right, man. Catch you later. 73209 here in Central Florida. We're on the site.
Hey, Roger, I'm at Jay. Yeah, our high the last few days have only been in the high 40s. We have not seen 50. Good job, Bob. Hope to hear you tomorrow on that. We have that HAMRADIO roundup tomorrow, too. Went into hope to hear you out there tomorrow. There was no fall, so it's jumping, with both feet right into winter. So we're preparing for that, getting the snowblower out today and get that in the garage here, and just do a few things around the house here, preparing for winter. So all the best to you, my friend. Like I say, I hope and pray everything goes well with your surgery, and you have a good, speedy recovery. With that, take care and God bless, my friend.
Hey, roger that, man. Take care, Tim, and we'll talk to you again. I knew your call sounded familiar and your voice sounded familiar as soon as you said the microphone thing, and I knew exactly. And yeah. All right, man. We'll catch you later. I don't want to tie it up here. There's some other stations want to get in there, and we'll catch you on the next one there. 209 Operator J here in the southeast coast of Florida. We'll be on the side listening. That's how we do it. This is how we do it. I gotta get some coffee. Coffee. see what else we got in there. Hey, what's going on? Bunny 2.0. It's been a while. How you doing? Okay. Hey. Good. CQDX 209 here in Central Florida. 209 Central Florida calling CQDX, standing by. Me, I'm doing okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, how about around DX Land? How about DX Land? Hello, DX Land 209 here in Central Florida. 209 here in Central Florida. Calling and standing by.
Yeah, how about that 209? Any copy on Minneapolis radio?
Roger on that, Indianapolis, sir. We got you there 100% there. Go ahead. You got 209 in Central Florida near Cape Canaveral, or near Cocoa Beach.
Roger, know where that is. Yeah, actually, I'm in Minneapolis, home of the Vikings, Minnesota Vikings, over.
Hey, Roger. Yep, I got you there. Well, you're sounding really good here and through my speaker. No problem whatsoever. Hearing you loud and clear, Roger.
Okay, great. Yeah, conditions aren't real good yet. Hopefully they'll pick up a little bit, but I haven't heard a lot of skip in there yet. We had that kind of flow that's screwing things up from the sun, over.
Yeah, Roger that. Yeah, I had a hard time earlier this morning. I thought my antenna finally busted or what, and then the skip started coming in, and now it's really in there now. So I'm pretty happy about that. You know, as earlier on this morning, it was just nothing. I got a guy that was in California, in Oceanside, California. Yeah, he was on a ship there, one of those cruise liners. He was right around that area near California, I guess. He's probably near the canal or something. He was saying, probably going in, yeah, or going out or something like that. He had an HT, one of those exus or whatever those things are called. You can run it as a backpack radio, or you could just put an antenna on the side of it and use it as a handy talkie there. And he got out with it. I could just hear him, but I got him. And he was coming in clear. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's probably a Zygu radio, over.
Yeah, Zygu, that's the name of it. Yeah, it's there's very small radio. You can use it as, you know, like a small portable radio, whatever, or you can use it as a handheld. And he said he has the handheld antenna on it, and man, of course he's near water, and then that does help. I didn't even think they'd be in out. This was about around 8-ish, around 8:20, no, almost 8:30, like something like that. And I didn't even think that they'd be on that right about now. So it kind of shocked me there, and I didn't. So he was coming in pretty darn good, considering for a little radio like that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was that RF around the salt water. So yeah, you got to have salt water. It really helps the ground path. But anyways, what kind of rig are you running today?
Yeah, I'm running a anytone quad 666 with a D104. Running about 100 watts, swinging about 120. And I got an old stereo and base station antenna. It's about 37 feet up off the ground, or off the roof of the little house. Roger.
Roger, so then you run your quad 6 into is it a 2-cell amp that you're running?
No, it's right out of the radio, believe it or not. It's out of the radio.
Wow, I didn't think they did 100 watts. That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, I got the fan kit on the back of it for sure. You got to run a fan on this thing. If you're going to run it, well, I mean, a lot of people like running the AM. I'm not an AMer. I like the single sideband the best. You know, this backscatter stuff I like we're doing now. I think, you know, on sideband it's not a constant carrier. You know, AM is a constant carrier. FM is really, frequency modulation and amplitude modulations are two different animals. It will heat up really quick, but if you rag chew enough on sideband on this, it'll get pretty warm. But I got the fan kit on the back of it at all times, and it keeps it nice and cool. Roger. Yeah, Roger. And I don't do the AM. I used to years ago, but I'm more of a sideband operator. I like sideband the best. It's more fun. I mean, I've worked AM DX before, but it's not as fun as sideband. As far as I could throw it. But I mean, it just kind of reminds me back in the days when I was a kid there, or was younger, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, AM was AM, and until sideband, I really enjoyed the sideband for sure. That's what, I mean, you get out more, and I mean, I've talked, quite a, good distance on AM before, but I prefer sideband. Plus, down here, all the guys down here on AM, on where I'm at right now, they're all idiots. They just fight me. They're all, well, I'm loud, your radio's junk, and they're all overmodulated, and they sound great. You try to tell them, you sound over. Oh, no. Okay, I says, okay, you sound great, but you're splattering from 19 all the way to here. Yep, you sound good. Yeah, Roger that. I've been, I don't know. You try to, I mean, I'm not being mean to anybody. If I tell them if they need help, I mean, I'd be glad to help, and I'm not trying to be an a-hole or anything, it's like, dude, you're overmodulated. You're splattering like whatever, or even on the other bands. I do the same thing. You sound like ass. I mean, I'm going to tell you, dude, you got to adjust your microphone, or your clipping, or something's going on there. You got to readjust, or whatever you got to do, and then the other guys are fine, but the other guys here, oh my God, forget it. You tell these knuckleheads, they'll go down your throat and want to kick your butt because they sound so great when they really sound like crap, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Roger, yeah, well, they're just ignorant, they're just, they don't get it, but, you can't tell them any difference. Even sometimes up here on sideband, you get guys that are clipping, so. But anyways, nice to meet you. I got to get out of here. Handles John, I'm in Minneapolis, and, I've talked to you before. I remember the Quad 6 and the D104, and you got the D104 sounding great, man. You got the pot underneath the base of it turned down, so it isn't, distorted, Roger.
That's a big Roger on that there. Yeah, I don't like running anything too hot because it doesn't make your signal right. It just splatters everywhere. Then you're gonna have every ninny and whatever you want, knuckleheads all following you down. And then they find you and they'll come terrorizing you here. I don't need that. But I like to sound good, intelligible. And I actually, like I said, I've rebuilt this microphone, and it needed a lot of work, and the whole bottom had to be replaced. Wires were all messed. I put a new cable, or what do you call it there? Microphone cable. Recycled it off an old Cobra microphone. Those new Cobra microphones. It looks like they're like a big bubble. I don't know. It's just an ugly microphone. They don't sound that great. But the Coffin ones do. But I didn't destroy one of those. But this was the newer microphone. And so I used that. I gutted it out and I wired it. It's like it was meant to be on this microphone. So, and I just wired it up the way it's supposed to, all the color codes and onto the tabs on the bottom, and I checked everything and made sure everything is right, and just went with it and adjusted everything, and then here it is, Roger.
Yeah, it sounds good too. I do have a D104 also. I'm not on it now. This microphone is a SM57 Beta. It's a Shure microphone. But I got a deal. I'm looking at the D104 now. It's an old Tug 8 with the blue bass. And it's so old. It was made in 1969. But it works really good. The top head, though, you know, the crystal mic is wadded, so I had an old silver eagle laying around, and I took the head off of that and put it on the Tug 8. You probably got a Tug 9 for your bass, so there's...
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, no, this is a Tug 8. It has the this is the Tug 8, and the Tug 8 doesn't have that bottom bar. I don't like the bottom bar ones. This one's made in 1976. This microphone.
Roger. Yeah, see, that's mine doesn't have that bottom key up part either. It's just on the side handle. And I love it. It works great. It works absolutely wonderful. I started going with those Tug 9s, and they would get crunchy when they keyed up, or when they unkeyed, it would crunch. And sometimes it wouldn't make contact. It was intermittent. It was just a big nightmare.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing. I remember that. And they always did that, you know. And I had a few here and there. I got rid of them all. I didn't want them, and I just collect all the Tug 8s, the Tug 9s. I had a few non-amplifieds, but I think I use them on my old Kenwood's hybrid radio here. I was going to sell this hybrid. I got this T520 SE, but I think I'm going to hang on to it. Heck with it. You know, these knuckleheads, they want things for free on these web pages or marketplace or whatever it is. I mean, come on. I mean, I was going to sell for a good deal, and then one guy goes, "Oh, I want it." You know, he never got back to me. He came up with some really ridiculous excuse. He was interested in, I'm just, I'll just I ain't gonna list it or anything. I'm just gonna put it on my, on top of my night kit or Allied Night shortwave receiver. I'll put it up on top of that, and then just run some wires for that and the switch box over there, and run that vintage station. Roger.
Yeah, that's what I got here. I got a switch box, and I can switch between. This is an ICOM 718. It's an older radio. It's probably at least 15 years old. And then I got right next to a 7300. All I do is switch the switch and turn the other radio on, and it works great. So, well, listen, it was nice talking to you. I got to get out of here. My name's John, and I'm in Minneapolis. And I appreciate the contact and the QSO, Roger.
Hey, Roger that. Yeah, I've talked to you before, too. I remember you had a 718 ICOM there. And, yeah, you talked to me before, and it's good to hear you again, for sure. Yeah, I appreciate the contact as well, and stay well. And if you don't hear me, I don't hear you. You have some good Thanksgiving coming up. But yeah, we'll talk to you again, man. 73.
Okay, God bless you, my friend. 7-3, Minneapolis Radio, your friend John. We're off the tee.
Roger that, John. You got Jay here, Julia Alpha Yankee here in Central Florida, waving back, and we'll talk to you again.
All right, 7-3, Jay. Thank you.
Man, I gotta give myself a break here. Well, who else we got in the house? Who we got in the house? Let's see, we got a few here and there. But anyways, we're just chatting or jibber jabbering on the radio here. And that's what I got, the old classic D104 microphone. It has the bass, the Tug 8. And this is the one I've rebuilt And it has, this is the cable I had to put on it, new mic cable. I can't tilt my camera. I don't want to mess with the camera here because it's in perfect position right here. But yeah, to put this cable right here is this here down, all brand, came from my junk box. And this mic needed a new cable, and it had reworked underneath. And so this works good. This mic's my top microphone. I had quite a bit of these mics too, these D104s. I actually have a collection of them. I'm a microphone junkie. That's a good thing, though. That is a good thing. Who else we have in the house? Hello, hello, hello. See, we've been on here an hour and 7 minutes and 3 seconds. Oh. Well, I appreciate everybody stopping by. Anyways, just wanted to show you all doing a little backscatter DX, and I was hoping a couple of my buddies would show up to. One of them did actually. Jeff showed up. I appreciate him coming in. Just wish Radio Nut would show up. I guess he's probably busy. Anyways, guys, we'll say 73s, and I appreciate you coming by. Give me some thumbs up and like, share, subscribe, and catch you on the next one. It's been fun. Later.